Hey, what's going on, everybody? You know how we do it, so let's get into it today. Today's video is probably titled 12 Years a Slave is Our Future. So let's just get into it. So I'm not sure if anybody has seen this movie. It came out like in 2012, 2013, I believe. But it's called 12 Years a Slave. And in case y'all didn't see it, definitely see it. It definitely is an angering movie. But essentially, long story short, it's about a free black man up north and slave catchers, inaccurately capture him, you know what I'm saying? Because back in the day that could just happen. And he spent like 12 years in slavery and captivity, trying to, get back to his freedom, you know what I'm saying? His family's trying to find him, everything of that nature, right? And so, and it ends up, him being freed or whatever, but, he literally ended up in bondage for 12 years and he was a freed man and was a slave. And so I just wanted to bring that around to suggest that era, that movie is exactly what MAGA wants. This is exactly the thing that we need to be enraged about because that 12 years of slave shit is about to become our reality. And again, I feel like these videos are about motivating us, our side to act. There's no way I think we can convince the cult of anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, so fuck it. But what we do know is that we know some people that didn't vote, some people that don't know the sense of urgency, some people that think like all votes don't matter, but no, like this shit and things like that are really to galvanize movement on that. So I say angle the argument in terms of this. So let's just start with some basic history. So we all know, or we should know, that law enforcement in this nation, the basis of polices and that police unions and everything is based on slave catchers. Right? So, slave catchers and the ability for police to move across state lines and counties and everything, the foundation of all police departments is really slave catching squads. Right? So, I think you can get the link. And right now, what is happening in our political climate, right? Right now, what's happening in our political climate is the Supreme Court just ruled that it's okay for police and ICE to racially profile, right? And we know right now that ICE is just randomly disappearing motherfucking folks, right? Over 25% of the people they're arresting are US citizens. Um, a lot of them are legal residents and everything of that nature. And only like 10% of them have been violent. So it's like we all know that they're making mistakes, but we're literally living in 12 years a slave again. You know what I'm saying? What's the difference between then and now? That merely a law enforcement agent could, at that time, just see any black person. It didn't fucking matter who that black person was. They could just take them, arrest now and ask questions later. It's like, okay, we have a system of justice that means you're innocent until proven guilty, right? That's what American justice is. But if you're a person of color, with this shit, with ICE and the capture, you're guilty until proven innocent, right? So we've literally flipped our justice system. You know what I'm saying? Particularly for people of color, to say that we're guilty until proven innocent when you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. That's why you're supposed to have warrants and charges and explain your arrest and everything of that nature in due process, right? But by the ex-nay of that, which black people did not have access to back then, with these new laws and what ICE is doing, we're literally reversing the clock and making the justice system literally flip on its head for people, black and brown people. And we know what's happening. Like, we're having people that are US citizens or legal residents that are everything just being detained and removed. And there have been lots of mistakes made. Lots of mistakes made. So imagine mistakes are being made and motherfuckers are being shipped out the country. Right? Out the country. 12 years a slave is happening today. And it's going to expand. Because, first it was like, oh, we're just going after the criminals, right? This is literally like that. First they came after the gypsies and they captured whatever. And then there was no one to help me. Like, this is literally what's happening, bro. First, oh, we're coming after all the violent people, all the violent undocumented immigrants. Then it's like, oh, we're coming after all the undocumented immigrants because they're undocumented. Then like, oh, we're going to change the legal status of some of these immigrants to make them illegal. Then we're coming after the gang members. Now they're coming after just random black people. It's like, hello? How fucking low? Like, this is literally happening and it's being enabled, pardon me, by law enforcement. So this is just another thing just to get you into the mindset of what the fuck is happening right here. This shit is the modern day slave catchers that they can just, any white person, we can go back to days where any white person can just call the police, call ICE on anybody and just get them fucking arrested. And they'll have to ask questions later. You don't believe me? Ask the Korean workers in Georgia. Like, they're here legally, spending billions of dollars giving investments to these red state communities. And all it took was one racist white woman to say something, and then ICE raided all that shit. That is an example to show that they're not going to do any due diligence. They're not going to do any investigation. They're not going to do anything. They don't care. They're just going to come, arrest you, detain you, deport you, and then hopefully you have enough legal shit and whatever to get it together, because what does it matter to them? It doesn't matter if they get it wrong. It doesn't matter if they destroy your life. It doesn't matter if they destroy your property. It doesn't matter if your ass is in jail, can't get a job, ruin your credit. They don't give a fuck. They're wearing masks. You don't even know who they are. You don't even know what agency did it to you. Like, we need to wake up. This is a sense of urgency. This shit is now. Don't wait until your cousin gets snatched. Don't wait until your son gets snatched. Act is now. Until next time.